744 Dan and Dan AM Quad Cities at News Talk 1420 WOC. Good morning. Well, now this is kind of odd because the last time she was here, she was sitting where you are, Dan. But
really?
Yeah, now she's on the other side of the table. Laura Kopp from CASI joining us this morning. Hi, Laura.
Hi, good morning.
Is it weird over there now?
It is. I feel a little bit disoriented, but my microphone's working, so I got that going for me.
Right. Yeah. Well, you're over there. You don't have to turn it on yourself.
Exactly.
That's
I have
right.
help.
Right. Exactly. First of all, I understand, talking about CASI, congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
This is kind of a cool thing for you guys, right? Your certification?
It really is. It is. We are now only the second nationally accredited senior center in the state of Iowa. Iowa City is the other center that is accredited through the National Council on Aging. So we're really excited. It was a year-long process, very labor-intensive, but definitely worth it.
So what do you get? You get like a ribbon? I mean, where do you get a plaque?
We get a plaque.
Okay,
yeah,
what is that?
Yeah, we get a plaque. But,
what does that mean?
It's about being committed to best practices, standards of excellence, letting our funders and our partners and our members in the community know that we're dedicated to being the best of the best, and we got validation for that, so it's really exciting.
So what's it going to take to kick Iowa City's butt and just push them out of the way?
Well, I don't know if there's anywhere to push them out of the way to, but we're certainly the only comprehensive senior center in eastern Iowa. So I think we're doing a pretty good job. I don't think we need to kick anyone out of the way, but, you know.
Well, it's kind of
and
a
I'm
competition
a Buckeye.
thing, too.
Remember,
so.
I'm a Buckeye, so I try not to mess too much with the Hawkeyes over there. Just kind of let it lie.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah,
probably best. So May is Older Americans Month.
It is.
Do you guys? How are you commemorating that at CASI?
You know, we have a month-long calendar of events that we're hosting this month. The accreditation was nice. We're going to be having a press conference next week for that. But we also have our first ever conference on aging that's coming up on May 18th. That is sponsored by Unity Point. And we're really excited about that. It's an opportunity to bring professionals and our members and the older adult population together, hear a full day's worth of great speakers talking about how to age successfully and how to continue to live younger longer. So we're really excited about that. We also have a trivia night coming up on May 20th. Tables are selling fast, so just give us a call over at CASI and we'll get you all set up. But yeah, just really kind of celebrating our older adult population.
I don't know if I can go to that trivia night. I should, but the problem is, Laura, should I even say this?
No.
Because, I mean, I just do so well at those trivia nights that, I mean,
I knew that was going to happen.
I mean, it's so
That's because
unfair.
you haven't played against me yet.
That's because it's so unfair to everyone else if I go to trivia night, and I don't like doing that. I'm pretty humble about that. So
obviously.
So I try not to go to those things.
Okay.
That's
well,
the issue.
it is for a good cause, so maybe you could make an exception.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you.
Well, you know what? You know what I think?
That's the way to do it. Right?
You know what I think would be fair? Maybe Dan should only answer half the questions, and the rest of his team would have to answer the rest.
Well, you know, I figured out last time I was here that he actually runs trivia nights. So my next time, I will be asking him to work it, not play it.
That's that's probably better for
It is
everybody.
probably
I mean, it's a little bit more fair to do it that way.
Well,
so.
okay, really, and I don't want to get too off topic, but here's what happens a lot of times. When people will give you the answer to the question, Dan will start arguing with them because he's going to think that his answer is more correct than whoever's.
And he throws you off.
Yeah.
And then your answer was the right one anyway.
No, that part never happens. But yes, but
he does. He argues with tour guides. He argues with anybody he thinks that his answer is correct.
I don't argue. I just point out incorrect answers where they exist. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're getting way off topic. Let's go back to CASI.
Truth hurts.
We've talked about this before in CASI, and I think when you talk about CASI, what we need people to understand is CASI is, when you think senior center, the first thing that pops into people's head when you think senior center is like invalid, is like old, can barely move. That is the exact opposite of what CASI is.
It absolutely is. We have a very unique model. We're the only one like us in the state, and we've been told probably in the tri-state area. We're a comprehensive senior center, and our whole goal is to provide opportunities for older adults to live younger longer or age successfully. And so we have folks there that are trying to stay active physically, that are trying to stay healthy, that are trying to stay socially engaged. We know socialization is one of the key factors in successful aging. The more connected people are, the better off they are as they're aging. So Yeah, I would argue just walk through our doors one day and we will certainly change your perception of what a senior center is.
Well, you know what? If somebody wants to come by and take a tour, can they do that? I mean,
Absolutely. They can ask for me. I give those all the time.
Because I will tell you, once you go in there and you take a look at it, it's like, whoa, this isn't what I expected at all. And it's such a cool layout. I mean, that whole facility is laid out in just a unique way, and it just lends itself to all these different activities. It's really cool.
We're turning 43 this year. We had a longtime CEO, Jerry Linen, very well respected in the community, and she truly had a vision for CASI, and it was to be a marketplace for older adults where they could access the services and resources they need to age successfully. And so when you walk in, Dan, what you had mentioned about kind of the theme there, we've brought the outdoors inside. We look like kind of a Mayberry or a Main Street where folks can just window shop and take advantage of any of the number of activities we have. We have over 7,400 activities every year for older adults. So it's really exciting. There's always something going on over there. Our band practices on Thursdays. Come over and listen to the band.
How do they need a singer? Dan likes to.
No.
Well, we do have a senior chorus, so
No, that's. I don't know why this always. How do you do this, Dan? How do you turn these interviews into where I'm all of a sudden on the defensive?
Why? I'm just pointing out things you like to do.
Laura, how do we get involved over at CASI if somebody wants to just come learn about the place, come see the place? How do they do that?
We welcome cold calls. So stop in, walk through the front doors, talk to our receptionist. But if you're not comfortable with that, set up an appointment with me or another one of our management team. We can be reached at 563-386-7477. You can visit us on the web, www.casiseniors.org. We'd love to see you.
Couldn't make it any easier than that.
I can't.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Laura Kopp joining us once again from CASI this morning at 7:51. Dan and Dan here on AM Quad Cities.